All right, guys. Well, we are live. Let's go. I I mean, I was about to give up. I swear to God, I was about to give up because I've been trying for almost 30 minutes to go up, live on YouTube and fuck, it's it's frustrating me. Anyways, I'll jump right into it and I apologize for the people who came and left and I didn't go live. I promise it was like technology and it wasn't working. I was trying my best to be up on time and share this on Facebook. But anyway, I'm not gonna share it on Facebook because when I shared it on Facebook the other time, I fucked up. So if one person is watching, thank you for being here, and I truly apologize for being late. But I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna answer your questions that you posted on Facebook. And by the way, guys, I mean, tell me down below in the comment section, what is the best way to announce a Q&A? Because when I want to go live and talk about, questions and answers, I want you to engage with me. So tell me where's the best place to post an announcement that I'm going live on YouTube or Facebook or whatever so that you guys can put your questions in. So let me know down in the comment section. And that one person who's watching, thank you for being here, man. Say hello. Let me know who you are. All right. So we're gonna jump into Ryan's questions. She had a bunch of them. I mean, most of the Q&A is gonna be Ryan's questions. So Ryan, Hamis Vlogs, thank you very much. And we're gonna jump into it. Are the working times are the working time laws and regulation different in your experience? In inpatient setting, for example, are coffee breaks and lunch flexible or do you clock out and not get paid for your breaks? That is a very good question because when I was overseas, I didn't know. And when I came to the United States and I was with Avant in Orlando, I asked the same questions and they said 30 minutes. Let me see. Did this turn off? Ready. So they said breaks are for 30 minutes. If you work 12, taking 1 hour break. Lizzie, thank you for tuning in. Dominica, what you're doing? Well, I'm trying to do this live, girl. All right, Robert. Hey, man, all the way from Philippines. How you doing, Robert? All right, guys. So as I was saying, the breaks you have to clock out when you go on a break, and your break time is 30 minutes. You're not allowed to take less than 20 minutes. So if you go on a break, when you clock out, then you're not supposed to come back in at least 20 minutes. And your break time is 30 minutes. If you take 31 minutes, they will fucking write you up. So you'll get a warning for that. So I would suggest, hey, 30 minutes, stick to the time. I always put a timer on my watch. The time I clock out, I put 28 minutes and then I clock in as soon as the 20 minutes are up, 28 minutes are up. So that's regarding the breaks. If you smoke, I mean, most RNs do not smoke, but if you smoke, then you are entitled for like smoking breaks. And I think they're like 10 minutes or something like that. Anna from Philippines. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God. Hey, you guys watching, 2 of you, 3 of you, put down in the comments, how long have you been following my channel? All right, let's jump into the second question. And Ryan is asking, is it legal for a full-time employee to get called off work during low census, even in the ICU? Won't there be issues making up the hours? All right, that's a very good question. Let me tell you. And guys, so I'm talking to the camera right here, but my desktop is right there. And when I'm looking there, I'm reading the questions. So, low census. There's low census. They can call you and say, "Hey, don't come to your shift because we don't have patients. We have low census." But your duty, you have what did you say? You should tell them, like, it's your obligation to tell them, "Hey, listen, I'm an agency nurse and I'm guaranteed 40 hours or 36 hours, whatever your contract is. So my contract is 40 hours a week. So you give them a call, and I mean, you answer the call and you say, hey, listen, I'm an agency nurse and I am guaranteed 40 hours. If they say, we know, just stay at home, then that's your lucky day, because you're gonna get paid for 40 hours, because Avant guarantee you a full-time job with 36 hours or 40 hours depending on your contract. Anna, you are a rookie. 3 weeks. Actually, on April 15th, so in 4 days, this channel will be 1 year old. Can you freaking believe that? I came to the United States on April 15th last year. Yes. So I've been doing this for a year. I have more than 200 videos up on the channel. Go watch them. I provide tons of value. All right. So I guess I answered that question. You are guaranteed 40 hours no matter what. You'll get paid a full time, unless you take the time off, or you say you call in sick or something, then you get paid for the hours you worked. That's it. So I'm not sure if this camera gonna be like shutting down on me every like 3 minutes or so, but Robert, a month and a half, man, is because, man, I'm telling you, you gotta get tons of information. And at any time, if you have questions, contact me on my social media. I'll freaking answer them. All right. Let me see. Ryan is also asking, how often are the hours evened out? Is the full time 40 hours per week, and you work 3 days, 12-hour shifts, or 4 days, 12-hour shifts? Does mean 4 hours go to overtime? And will 4 hours be carried over the next 2 weeks pay period? Okay, I get the gesture of your question. So this is how it goes. So this is how, let me go back to YouTube. So this is how it goes. When you are doing, so if you are 36 hours, then if you do like 3 shifts, then that's your 36 hours, right? If you work another shift, then you jumped above 40 hours. So if you do like 46 hours, let's say 46, 48 hours. So if you do 48 hours on that week, then there 8 hours are overtime. So that's time and a half. So if you get paid 24 hours per hour, for those 8 hours, you'll get paid 36 hours, $36. So anything above 40 hours a week, that will be considered overtime. So that being said, like in my work, in the clinic that I work in, they will not accept you to work overtime unless they ask you to work overtime. So I work 4 days a week, 10 hours a shift. So that's 40 hours. I cannot jump into 40 hours and a half or 41 hours. Then the manager will send me an email or call me and say, why did you put an hour of overtime? All right. But an inpatient is a different story. If they schedule you for a shift, then you're getting paid for it. Anything above 40 hours is gonna paid as overtime. And you know, shifts like inpatients are 12 hours. There's no 8-hour shift. There's 12-hour shifts. And you know, if you're working in a clinic, for me, they gave me the option to choose. So they said either you can work 5 days a week. When I started working 5 hours a week from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And I was taking an hour break, I think, an hour break. But now I work 4 hours a week, 10-hour shifts from 7 a.m. till 5:30, and I take 30-minute break. So the 30-minute break is not included in the 10 hours. Joy Z from Riyadh. I don't think I mean, what's your nationality? Where are you from? I used to work in Riyadh for 5 years, King Faisal Specialty Hospital and Research Center. I spent there 5 freaking years. It was amazing. Hamis is also asking, at the time of hiring, do you need to choose to work either AM or PM? Okay, so she's asking if you directly go to night shifts or day shifts. Well, most of the nurses during their orientation, they go on both. they start on day shift for like a couple of months, then they move to night shifts. But when they finish their preceptorship and they are on their own, most of them start night shifts. I know you can still hear me, but you can't see me. So you still work. You will after you, and after a year or so, manager likes you. Then they will move you to a day shift. But day shifts are more intense and more work, more responsibility, and whatever. But day shifts are harder than night shifts. Usually night shifts are laid back. Joy Z. Am I pronouncing this right? Joy Z. In Avant, can you choose where states you want? By the way, for example, your experience is in ICU. Is there any guarantee you will be assigned also in ICU? I mean, like 80%, if you work in ICU, 80% you're going to get an ICU job. If not, you're going to get a medical surgical job. But Avant will not allow you to choose a state. They will say in their email, give us your top 3 states and we'll do our best to get you in these states. But this never happens. So I gave like top 3 and I ended up in Illinois. And when they told me Illinois, I said, what? Like, where is that? And then they told me, do you know Chicago? I said, yes, I know Chicago. So is Illinois in Chicago? They said, no, it's the other way around. Like Chicago is in a city in Illinois. And, all my life, I thought Chicago is the state, but you don't get it. You don't get to choose. No. I mean, with any other agency, only if you get a direct hire, which is like 1% chance that you will get a direct hire from a hospital. But if you are recruited by an agency, you will never choose your state. They will lie to you. Okay, let me see. To renew your license, most states require CE credits. Is completing these your own responsibility with regards to time and payments, or will the employer accommodate in any capacity? Okay. Well, James, let me tell you this. CES, CNEs. Oh, one person left. There's only one person watching. Oh my God, I know it's my fault. 2 people watching. All right. The other day we had like 25 people watching at a time. Now we only have 3 people. It's all right. Hey, share this video on your Facebook right now and smash that like button, please. All right. So let me get back to the question. CE credits or CMEs or whatever you want to call it. It is your responsibility to get your CMEs. And let me tell you, like the hospital provides tons and tons of courses that are like CE credit approved or CNEs or CMEs approved. So I watched a 15-minute course and then I get like one CMEs. And then like I do ACLS and then I get like 5 or 6 CMEs. I attended a conference and I got like 15 CMEs. And I recruited like 70 CMEs in this past year. And they are just from like watching a conference in the hospital here and attending a course over there and here and there. And like the orientation program offered me like around 15 CMEs, and that's like mandatory. So CMEs you can get them easily, and your license requires CMEs. So I just renewed my license a week ago, and on the website, the state of Illinois, they ask you if you have like 25 or 30 CMEs. So I just said yes. They didn't ask for like. Wait a second. Come on. So they didn't ask for proof or like a copy of the certificates or whatever. And the next day they renewed my license. So yes, it is your responsibility. It's easy to get. And then I didn't pay for any. There are tons of CMEs for free. All right. What's the other question? What if any has been your greatest challenge during the past year? What would you have done differently? Have you known better? Well, let me tell you, like challenges in the hospital, I don't think I had any challenges in the hospital. Like nursing is worldwide. I don't think you will have any challenges. Uh, I know, and this is not like racism. Should I say that? I'm live. I don't know. I always speak my thoughts, but a lot of the African nurses, maybe the nurses from Nigeria and Jamaica, are getting, like, it's not like getting flagged, but they are having issues with their managers in regards to attitude. Some of the American nurses, and I'm just saying some because I don't know, but some of the American nurses, like, are loud and talk in a high pitched voice, or when they are teaching, they're like, like giving orders and talking to, some nurses with inferiority. I haven't witnessed that. I mean, the place I work at, oh my god, the best team ever. And if you haven't watched the video that I talked about my team and my work, you should go to my Patreon account. I'm gonna leave a link down below after this live. Go check my Patreon account. There's a video that took me like 3 days of edit. It is the best video I have ever made. So go check it out. My team is the best team ever. So yes. Uh, but challenges, I don't think I'm having any challenges. I mean, every now and then I discover something outside of the hospital setting, like the American life. And I fuck up here and there. Like the other day, 2 days ago, I got 2 tickets on the same day. And today I freaking got another ticket. But you're gonna hear all the story in tomorrow's vlog. Not tomorrow like today, tomorrow. It's freaking crazy. I'm telling you. Okay, hey people, who is watching? Drop a comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from. Let's go. All right, Hamis. She still has one more question. I guess no. So, what's her name? Tuin Elijah. Tuin Elijah is asking, how long is the expiration of the visa that's given to your family to follow you to USA? So the expiration time. Just wondering because I need to prepare myself and them before arriving to the US. Also, lots of obligations to settle. Okay, so let me see. Expiration. I don't know how you freaking pronounce it, but expiration date will be out there on the visa. So when I got my visa, I had 3 months. My wife and my son got their visas, and they had the same expiry date. But that being said, hey Michelle, oh, you just passed your NCLEX? Oh my God! Congratulations! Good night, Pamela. Good night. Oh my God! Congratulations! That's awesome news, and I'm glad you announced it on this live. Oh my God, this is freaking amazing! Congratulations, Michelle. What's your next step? Okay, so so that being said, the expiry date on your visa usually it's 3 months, but some of your family members might have a different expiration visa. And if you haven't watched my interview with Keisha, Avant nurse from Jamaica, who's working in the same place I'm working at in Illinois, in Urbana, Illinois, at Carl Foundation Hospital. So she had an expiry date, which is around 3 months, but her husband had a different expiry date, which was 6 months. So you have to pay attention for those. Avant helped in making the arrangement for the husband to come during the transition period. But yeah, you have to pay close attention to those. Did you get to choose where you want to go? Melody, yeah. I mean, someone just asked this question and I answered it. No, Avant freaking lied to you. I'm just kidding. But they tell you, give me your top 3 states that you want to go to, but no one ever had those states. So I put my 3 top states, and every single Avant nurse. So I have like 24 Avant nurse who work in the same place that I work in. Every single Avant nurse was not given his state of choice. But I don't regret it. Like, they made a better choice for me, like giving me the opportunity to be working here at Carl in Illinois. And I mean, just go with the flow. Do you have a better option? You don't. Just go with the flow. So that is it. I mean, even my batch, like I had 23 people in my batch during the advanced transition program. No one got his state. But sometimes you get to go to nice states. Sometimes you go to Texas, and believe it or not, like if you check the Avant Facebook, page, one of the nurses recently went to California, and for me, I think that's a first. Yep. Okay, let's jump into more questions. Let's see. I put some questions here. Some of you guys ask questions on WhatsApp or Instagram, so I put them here. Let me see. So Hamis actually, Hamis Ryan, she sent me an article about like a nurse, like two nurses. They were on the shift. They were short, meaning that they had shortage of nurses, and on that 12-hour shift, three patients coded. Only two nurses working and three patients coded. They were freaking working their ass off. But when their 12-hour shift ended and there were no nurses to cover the next shift, the hospital asked them to stay and not leave the unit. And then they were at like, we can't stay, like we freaking worked our ass off during the 12-hour shift, and now you're asking us to stay for, you know, I don't know till when. And then if they choose to leave the hospital, then yes, the hospital will freaking fire them, and then the state will take away their license. Fact. That's a fact. They will take away their license because that is considered like a patient abandoned. ab- You know what I'm saying? So you cannot abandon a patient and just leave before providing coverage. This freaking camera is shutting off on me. But anyways, yes, you cannot leave the bedside if there is no coverage. And sometimes, like especially here in the state of Illinois, like I work in another hospital which is like 40 minutes away or 50 minutes away. So during winter, those extreme snowstorms, like literally roads are raised. Like there's no roads anymore. They get blocked with snow, and the weather conditions will not allow you to get to work or to get from work to your house. So they always suggest during the winter season that you have extra scrubs, extra like it's not food, but whatever you use on a daily basis, just take it with you to work, because you never know when it will freaking snow and the roads are closed. So yes, if the roads are closed, you're not supposed to leave the hospital until there is a replacement. Usually hospitals have plans, like we're talking about like big hospitals, like the two hospitals I work at. They have plans for such conditions, and they call them like code amber or something, like external disaster, and they have teams in place to provide support and whatever. So don't worry about that. 8 people watching, only 5 likes. Please freaking smash that like button. All right. So Melody is asking, at what point do you know which state you'll be going to? Also, when did you do your interview for where you are working? And how did you find the interview? Well, I can talk for like an hour about answering your question, but to make it simple, uh, I knew the state. So I sat for my U.S. Embassy interview. And when they granted me the visa, they said, okay, you're going to get the visa. You're going to get it in the mail in like 15 days or something. Then I gave Avant a call and I said, hey, they granted my visa. So only then they started looking for jobs for me. And they said, okay, we're going to send your resume to potential employers and we'll contact you once we have a position for you. 4 days later, 4 days later, they called me and they said, we have this position at Carl, the position I'm working at, and we want to do like how do you call it? Like an interview, a preview, or mock interview or something like that. But that was like an Avant nurse manager who would sit with me in an interview and would train me for, like similar questions that Carl might ask me. So I sat for that interview in like another couple of days, and then we did the questions and stuff. If she likes your answers, then she'll tell you. If they ask you the same questions, answer the same answers. If she don't like your answers, then she will tell you, no, I would prefer if you would answer this and that. So she will coach you into like interview questions, stuff like that. And then I had my interview with the employer, which is the Carl Foundation Hospital. Actually, I had three 3 days. I had 8 interviews on a course of 3 days. Oh my God, it was freaking stressful. But from my first interview with HR emailed Avant and told them, "Oh, we love that guy." So I was granted the position from my first interview, but it's just like a process. I have to talk to every single one, I'm gonna work with. So nurse manager, nurse coordinator. I talked with the physician I work with because I work in a clinic. And come on, come on. All right, because I work in a clinic and I do like phone physician and a few other people. It was amazing. Like when you are, I mean, I'm not worried about any one of you. Every single one of you is gonna do great. You know why? Because if you do your interview and you are like enthusiastic, motivated, just make them feel that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make my job, like to do my job or to work to the top of my scope. Like I'm gonna be the best, the superpower RN when I arrive there. Whatever. I'm losing words, but you get what I mean. If you show them that you're inspired, you're motivated, and you are so eager to work in the United States, then man, you got the job. Abdullah Hani, interesting man. Hey, how you doing, man? It's been a long time, bruh. All right, let's move. Only 4 people watching. I know I'm rambling. Maybe you're not interested. Maybe you're working. It's all right. All right. So we are around the 30-minute mark. Only 2 minutes left. If you have a question, drop it down below. I'm gonna talk about one more thing. I want. Yes, I I had the interview with Hamis maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or 4 days ago, and I said that. Oh my God, 4:45 a.m. in London. Oh my God, man, and you didn't ask a single question. You're an alpha slice, bro. Okay. So, and I said like Avant requirements. I said BSN degree. I said you do a full time or part time job as an inpatient, and what other thing? Maybe these two. But I got the requirements. I'm gonna read them real quick. And who's sounding angry, man? No, bruh. I just miss you. Okay, so the requirements to be sponsored by Avant. Let me see. Um, so they are saying we are open for recruitment for all acute care hospital-based specialties. So acute care, med surg is included, theater, intensive care units, telemetry, whatever. You must hold a license and experience as RN, and in most cases, a BSN is required. So they're saying in most cases, a BSN is required. I saw a few comments that people are saying, "Oh, I know someone who doesn't have a bachelor degree and Avant sponsored them." Okay, that's true because what they say here, they said between brackets, diplomas diplomas, certificates, and associate degrees are reviewed on a case by case basis. So that means if your education program did not meet like a bachelor degree, like equivalence of a bachelor degree in the United States, then they will ask you for more credits, like you have to go back to school and study more credits or whatever. And then, last but not least, they're saying uh, we do require a minimum of 2 to 3 years of current and consistent experience in a tertiary level hospital with approximately 100 beds working in an acute inpatient clinical setting. Well, let me tell you about that. I know nurses who apply to Avant and have 1 year of experience. I know a nurse who applied to Avant and has 8 months of experience. So when they say 2 to 3 years, they mean that by the time you get your visa and you're Avant, because by the time you finish, the immigration process is around, if you're lucky, it's 12 months, but it's around 24 months. So that is it. And then, um, yep, that's it. Any more questions? Uh, I've never seen a motivational nursing channel like yours. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. We are the most lit, and I'm saying lit nursing channel on YouTube. And you know why? Because we are active. And I always tell people, like when I was back home, I was looking at nursing channels on YouTube. You find videos that are a year old, 2 year old, 3 years old. But when you send messages to those freaking nurses working overseas, and when you text them, they never reply back. Then I said, when I freaking come to the United States, I'm gonna create this channel for all of you. Because when you have questions, you can ask me and I can answer you. And I'm gonna give you inspiration, motivation, and I'm gonna tell you it's gonna happen one way or another. You're going to come to the United States and you're going to fulfill your dream. All right. So let me see any more comments. Ronald, how long did your wife wait to get her license? Actually, she didn't wait. Like she got her CES report. As soon as she got her CES report, she applied for the NCLEX after 2 weeks or so, because she had to do her, like fingerprinting and, apply for the state of Illinois and stuff like that. After 2 weeks, she was able, she got her ATT. She scheduled her NCLEX in 10 weeks. She studied for 10 weeks. She passed her NCLEX on the first attempt, 76 questions. If you haven't watched those videos, go watch them. It's called Amani's NCLEX Journey or something like that. Go check it. There's a playlist on my channel. And when she passed her NCLEX, it took her maybe 3 weeks, Amani? From the time you passed your NCLEX to the time you got your license? No way. Okay, Amani's saying 7 weeks. I didn't think that it was that long, but yes, it took her 7 weeks and she received her freaking license. And if you guys don't know, she applied for her first job. Yes. So she passed her first interview. She's sitting for her next interview on Monday. And her video talking about her experience. How did she prepare for her interview? What did she do? All the behind the scenes. It's gonna be on my Patreon account. And guess what? Yes, you gotta get that $5 membership to see her video and to see all the videos that are under the $5 membership. That's a way to support your boy. I mean, it's a fucking cookie and a monster here in the States. $5. Support your boy. I'm just kidding. If you don't want to support your boy, that's freaking fine, I guess. I still love you the same. You're my buddy. All right, let me see. Oh, now you're dropping comments, huh? Okay, let me see. So, Ronald, I hope I answered your question. London Shahzad, is that you? Okay. Do Avant get work reference from current employer? Yes, they do. So some people are falsifying documents, and let me see. And those people are getting in trouble. Trust me, they are getting in trouble. People who are falsifying documents and Avant are discovering, that these documents are falsified. They are terminating their contract right away and they are billing them. They're not suing them, but they are billing them the whole amount they spent on them. If you've done your NCLEX and you're like around your interview at the embassy, and they discovered that at that time, then your bill could be like 15 grand. Trust me. And if you don't pay that 15 grand, then don't ever dream of coming to the United States or getting a contract with another agency. Because as soon as they run your background check, they will discover that you owe money to to Avant, and then they will fucking terminate you as well. So, I mean, my advice: don't falsify documents. Period. Yes, they will contact your employer via email or call, or sometimes they will send a survey or something. Claude, the most lit. I know we are the most lit. I'm telling you. Okay. Melody, I love watching your return. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I continue to do what you're doing. Thank you, Melanie. Melody. Cloud, Avant nurse from Philippines here. Yay, Avant. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Congrats, Amani. Thank you, Michelle. What will I expect next after my priority date is current? So after your priority date is current, Avant, if you have the NCLEX already and you've got your IELTS, and if you have the NCLEX and your priority date is current, you should go ahead and apply to an agency. If you're already with Avant, your priority date is current, then Avant will start your immigration process. They will file your I-140, which is your petition, and that if they did premium process, you'll get that back in like 15 days or so, and then it's NVC, then embassy interview, and then you do the interview, and then fuck yeah, you're coming to the United States. And then Dazzlin, hey Alpha, did she get the job? That's a surprise. No, I just announced it. So she did her HR interview, which went amazingly well. Now she has her, interview with the nursing department and the peer interview that's gonna be on Monday, next Monday. And I'm sure she's gonna ace it as well because she's the most hardworking nurse I've ever known. Second most hardworking nurse because I'm the first. But yeah. Monday. Stay tuned for the vlogs. Thanks, Michelle. And I'm gonna reply in Arabic. Allah يبارك فيكي. Michelle, أبتلك مبروك. Ronald, did she apply to the same hospital that you got hired? Can you guys work together on the same floor? Watching from Minnesota, but I'm from Philippines. Hey man, Minnesota, baby. Actually, that's a surprise, man. I'm not gonna tell you if she applied to Carl or to another hospital, or am I freaking leaving Carl in 2 years, in another year or so? I'm not announcing that, but you will soon know. Can you guys work together in the same floor? I'm not sure, but I know nurses in like satellite locations. So they are like car clinics, but they are not here in the same like city. And like husband and wife work in the same department. I don't think that's a problem. The only problem at Carl, and I'm talking about our facility, if the husband and spouse work in the same department, but they are not on the same level. So if I'm the manager and Amani is the RN, then that will not be possible. I cannot be her supervisor. So we either have to be on the same level or she's bouncing to another unit. Melody, I'm at the MVC area now. Well, congrats. Soon you'll hear back from them. What's next? How long after that is usually time to come to the US? Well, MVC usually, from the time you get your petition, your I-140 approved, till the time MVC gets back to you, it's around 4 to 6 months. So I don't know where exactly are you at. Like when did you get your approval for the I-140? But after your I-140, 4 to 6 months, NVC will send you an email saying, "Hey, congrats, you passed the test." No, I'm saying they will say your U.S. Embassy interview is gonna be on this and that date, and usually this and that date will be 2 months ahead. So, for example, as some of you guys might be bored with this because you've done that or you're not interested, but I'm gonna say it for Melody. So Melody, so for me, I got my I-140 approved in August 2016, and on my 2016, 2016, yes, and on my birthday, On my birthday, December 30, 2016, I got an email from NVC saying, congrats, and your US Embassy interview is going to be on February 13. So December 30 to February 13 is almost like 2.5 months. And I did my interview February 13. That's it. Daslin. Thank you, Daslin. Melody, I got the approval from I-140 on 2 weeks ago. Yep, you still have 4 to 6 months. Anywhere from 4 to 6 months, they will get back to you via email. All right, guys, 41 minutes and 30 seconds and 9 people watching, 6 likes. I will not accept that. Smash that like button. 10 people watching, 6 likes. I want to see the likes number up to 10 right now. Whoever's watching, smash that like button. 7 likes. Come on. 9 likes. Yes! 9 people watching, 9 likes. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, if you think you got some value out of this live, please share it. Spread the word about the Alpha Slice vision, Alpha Slice nation, Alpha Slice life. What we have here is very special. I thank every one of you guys in this Alpha Slice community because you keep it going, and reaching more nurses is not a freaking game. Until then, be an Alpha Slice.